Here we have Peter driving Reggie, the Renault 12, straight up out of the pit lane he goes, up onto the circuit, heading towards the start-finish line. Down he goes, past the start-finish line, through the kink, and into turn one. Turn one is quite closely followed by turn two. Nice line through there. Misses the apex a little bit there, takes the barriers on the left-hand side. Up into the hairpin he comes now. Little Renault revving its poor little head off here, round the hairpin. Got a good line through here. Oh, he's going through here very well. Straight up onto the little straight that goes up into the double apex sort of turn 5. Down the back straight, Renault still revving its poor little head off here. Keeping to the left of these barriers. In through turn 6 here, needs to keep a nice tight line, nicely through there. Heading up the hill now, round turn 7, bit wide through there, down pit straight he comes. Renault going flat out here, through turn 8, nicely through turn 8 there. Now it's back up past the start finish line. Start his second lap through the kink. Little Renault's flying here. Oh, he's going quicker now through turn 1 and 2. Kept the barriers to the left again. Up into the hairpin now. Keeping the little Renault take that bend quite wide. Oh, he's going nicely through here onto this little straight that leads up into the double apex turn 5. Oh, he's certainly got the pedal to the metal here. Peter the Revs Meadows. Down the back straight now. Poor little Renault's revving away. Past them barriers and through turn 6. The apex nicely there. Up the hill now, turn 7. Now down pit straight. Turn 8. Poor little Renault's revving its head off here. Round turn 8, missed the apex a little bit. Up across the finish line. That was 2 laps there. And the poor little Reggie Renault. Done a reasonable time, 1 minute 5 seconds 45. Next up is Gary, Toyota Corona. Up out of the pits he goes, up towards the start-finish line in the Toyota Corona. Pushing hard through the kink here, coming down to turn 1. Going quick on his first lap. Nicely through there, kept the barriers, to the right of the barriers. Up heading towards the hairpin now. Oh, overdone it a bit there and missed the apex. Once you miss that, you miss the second one too. Heading up now towards the double apex corner at the back of the track. Yeah, missed the apex again there. Giving it all it's got though. Down the back straight into turn 6. Oh, nicely through turn 6 and up the hill. Certainly pushing it hard now. Through turn 7. Oh, well done through turn 7. Down pit straight he goes, into turn 8, nicely through turn 8, now back up heading towards the start finish line. Finished the first lap through the kink now, heading on into turn 1 again. Oh, he's certainly got the pace up on the second one. Getting the apex is good there. Oh, he's on a good lap here. Heading up now towards the hairpin. Got it, taking it nice and wide there and cuts in. It's a good line through there. He's got a good line through the next turn. Heading now up into the hairpin at the back of the circuit. Double apex bend. Around there and now down the back straight he goes. Got a good lap here. Corona's going very quickly through turn 6. Oh, he's good through there and up the hill. Little squirm. Through turn 7. Now it's down the pit straight. Full revs here around turn 8. Beautifully through there. So using all the track and across the finish line he goes. Good lap there for the Toyota Corona. On the slow down lap here. Oh, he's beaten a minute, 59.94. Good time there. Next up we have Karen here in the old Peugeot 404. Taking off out of the pits now. Heading up towards the start-finish line. Poor old Peugeot's revving away here. Solid vehicle, these Peugeots. Coming into turn 1 here. On the first lap through turn 1. Taking a very good line through there, but takes the barriers on the left. Not sure that's the quickest line. Heading up now into the hairpin. Taking the hairpin. Hits the apex on the exit. Tight bend here into the next bend. Very tricky corners, those two. Heading up now to the double apex at the back of the circuit. Little Peugeot's revving away there. Coming around there, missed the apex a bit, but coming down the back straight now. Keeping them barriers on the right. Heading into turn 6 now. Peugeot, well and truly missed the apex there. Heading up the hill now towards turn 7. Round turn 7 and onto the main straight. Missed the apex again. Down the main straight she comes. Into turn 8. Nicely through there and up towards the finish line to complete the first lap. Start of the first lap now, going through the kink. Heading towards turn 1. Important to get turn 1 right or you miss out getting the turn 2 right. That was well done through there and nicely hit the apex. Kept to the barrier, side of the barriers again. Up in towards the hairpin now. Taking it a bit tighter this time round. Hit the apex on the exit. Into turn 3. And up the little short straight that takes competitors up to the double apex turn at the back of the circuit. Coming around there. Now it's flat out down the back straight, keeping the barriers to your right. Towards turn 6. Tricky turn 6 here. Bit tighter that time, but still missed the apex. Going up the hill now towards turn 7. Through turn 7 and onto the pit straight. Flat out down pit straight now. Heading towards the fast sort of turn 8. Turns in and round turn 8 and heading up towards the start finish line to complete the second lap. Across the finish line she goes. Now heading along for the slow down lap. See what sort of time. 1 minute 14.67. Not bad for the old Peugeot. Next up we have Brian in the Toyota Celica. Wonderful looking car, this one. Out of the pits he goes, heading up to the start finish line. Oh, listen to the revs on that thing. Sounds beautiful, I have to say. Turns through the kink and down to turn 1. Not using all the track there. Through turn 1 though, nicely. Oh, keeps the barriers on his left. Certainly got the pedal to the metal here. Up into the hairpin. A little bit of understeer by the look of it there. Very hard sequence of corners, turn 2 and 3. Or 3 and 4 is it? Heading up, yeah it is, heading up now into turn 5, the double apex. Getting around there, a little bit more understeer by the look of it. Down the straight, keeping them barriers to his right. Through turn 7. Oh, nicely through turn 7. Using all the track up the hill. Listen to that engine roar. Oh, fast through turn 7. Heading down pit straight now. Listen to that engine rev. Into turn 8. Fast corner through turn 8. My goodness, that sounds beautiful. Up across the start finish line. Through the kink again. This looks like a quick lap here. Through turn 1. Beautifully on the apex. Beautiful through there. He's on a lap now into third gear. Round the hairpin. Apexed it late. Getting through the next turn nicely. This looks like a quick lap. Nice car, this Toyota Celica. Well prepared. Through the hairpin, on the edge, a little bit of taily there. Coming down the back straight now. Heading towards turn 7. It's a quick bend, turn 7, back to second gear and through turn 7. Nicely through there and up the hill he goes. Heading towards turn 7. Round turn 7 and down pit straight he goes, flat out. Round turn 8, nicely through there and up and across the finish line to complete the second lap. On the slow down lap now, mighty Celica. 1 minute 02.25. Quick time there in the Celica. Now we have Jeff taking off in the 2500 Triumph, heading up towards the start finish line to start his lap. Going through the kink here in the old Triumph, heading towards turn 1. Not using all the track there, through turn 1, down into turn 2, takes the barriers on the left though, heading up towards the hairpin now. Tricky sequence of bends these, got to get them right. Nicely through there actually. Down to the next bend, and up this short straight that takes competitors up to the double apex at the back of the circuit. Turning in there. It's a tricky corner, down the back straight he goes. Triumph's revving its head off here. Past the barriers and into turn 6. Nicely through turn 6, didn't use all the track on the exit. Up the hill towards turn 7, but nicely through turn 7, down pit straight he goes now. Triumph's going flat chat here through turn 8. Nicely through the apex there, using all the track on the exit. Heading through the kink again for his second lap. Down to turn 1 again, not using all the circuit again. Nicely through the apex there, but kept the barriers to his right. Now it's up towards the hairpin. Turning in late, apexing late, nicely through there. Now nicely down through the next bend. This is like a good lap by the look of it. Heading up towards the double apex at the back of the circuit. Triumph's on the edge there, a little bit understeer as it went round there. Down the back straight he goes, heading towards turn 6. Through turn 6, nicely through there. Didn't use all the circuit again on the exit. Heading up towards turn 7, but nicely through turn 7. Oh, not the apex, lovely through there. Down the pit straight he goes. Through turn 8 now. Nicely an apex there, using all the track on the exit. Across the finish line. End of the second lap on the slow down lap now. See what sort of time he's done. 1 minute 04.04 for the old Triumph. That's not a bad time for a big old saloon. Here we have Adam, I think it is, in the Toyota Celica. Out of the pits he goes. Up across the start finish line. Through the kink and down into turn 1. Nicely through turn 1. Nicely through there and keeping them barriers to his left. Up towards the hairpin. Bit of understeer as he goes in there, but caught the apex nevertheless. Through the next turn nicely. Heading up the short straight that takes him up to the double apex at the back of the circuit. Oh, lots of understeer as he comes through there and nearly runs out of circuit as he goes down the back straight. Keeping them barriers to his right. Heading towards turn 6. Wow, nicely through turn 6, using all the circuit as he goes up the hill to turn 7. Right on the limit as he goes through turn 7. Down the pit straight he goes. Working that steering wheel. Into turn 8. Around turn 8, past the start finish line to start his second lap. Through the kink and down to turn 1. Oh, squirming a little bit, nicely through there and quick through there. Missed the apex a bit, but got it all together. up to the hairpin now, around the hairpin. This corner's a tricky corner. Got to get the first one right to get the second one right. Looks like it's a handful there. Up the short straight to this double apex at the back of the circuit. Oh, lots of understeer as he come round there. Down the back straight he goes, keeping them barriers to his right. Through turn 6 here now, back to second gear, and oh, beautifully through there. Right out wide, and up the hill he goes. Through turn 7. Really going quick through there. Down pit straight to turn 8. Through turn 8 he goes. Across the start finish line to complete his second lap. That was a quick lap. Oh yes, 55.25. That's a quick time in the Toyota Celica.
It was good through there.
Next up we have Grant here in the Ford Escort. Very nice looking car. There he goes, heading out of the pits, onto the circuit proper, heading up to the start finish line in the Ford Escort. Lots of revs on through the kink he goes. Down into turn 1. Nicely through turn 1. Nicely through turn 2, but kept the barriers, well, what happened there? Kept the barriers to his left. Up to the hairpin. Keeping a very tight line through the hairpin. Down through this corner here and up the short straight. Didn't use all the circuit on the exit there. To this double apex corner here. Keeping out wide. Not quite clipping the curb. Down the back straight he goes. Keeping them barriers to his right to turn 6. Missed the apex 5 metre or so and didn't use all the circuit on the exit. Up the hill to turn 7. Through turn 7 and down the pit straight he comes. Heading into turn 8. Ford Escort's going very nicely here. Missed the apex here, didn't use all the circuit on the exit. Through the kink he goes. Down to turn 1 again. On a quicker lap for this second lap. Oh, he's kept the barriers to his right this time. I think he done that on the first lap as well. Through the hairpin, very tight line through the hairpin. Trying to get this corner right, not using all the circuit on the exit. Up the short back straight that takes him to this double apex bend at the back of the circuit. Still not using all the circuit here. Heading down towards turn 6. Trying to get a good line through here. Got through there a bit better, but still didn't use all the circuit on the exit. Up the hill through turn 7. And down pit straight he comes on his second lap. Into turn 8. Quick corner through here on turn 8. Using a bit more of the circuit that time and start across the start finish line. On the slow down lap now. 57.15. That's a quick time. Broke the minute there. Next up we have Rod here in the old Peugeot. Taken out of the pits here and up to go across the start finish line. Into turn 1 here. Mighty old Peugeot, you can't kill him. Nicely through turn 1. Down into turn 2. Decides to keep them barriers on his right. Up to the hairpin now. Taking a wide line, apexing late. Up into the hairpin at the back of the circuit now, and then down back straight he goes. Through turn 6, up the hill towards turn 7 he goes. The old Peugeot's working hard. Through turn 7, down pit straight. The old Peugeot's working hard, round turn 8. Complete the lap. Now he's up into turn 1 here. Going a bit conservative through turn 1. Down into turn 2. Again decides to keep the barriers on his right. Up to the hairpin. Tight line through the hairpin. Then it's up to the double apex. And down the back straight he goes. Through turn 6. Up the hill towards turn 7. Now Peugeot's working hard through turn 7 and onto pit straight. With a time of 1:14.87 for the old Peugeot. Now this looks like a bit more of a modern car. David here driving the Holden Commodore. Goes through turn 1 a little bit wide there. Down into turn 2, keeps the barriers on his right. Up to the hairpin. Takes a wide late apex line through there. Through the double apex at the back of the circuit. Down the back straight he goes through turn 6. Missed that apex. Up the hill towards turn 7. The old Commodore. Down the pit straight he comes. Complete his lap. Round turn 8. Up across the start finish line. Through the kink and into turn 1. On a quicker lap for the second lap. The old Commodore. Again keeps them barriers on his right. Up to the hairpin. Takes the hairpin a bit wide. Up through the double apex and down the back straight he goes. Through turn 6. Using all the circuit on the exit. He goes up the hill to straight through turn 7. Nice line through there. Down pit straight. Through turn 8 to complete the lap. 103.37 for the Commodore. Here we have the Ford Escort again. Danny driving the Ford Escort. Out of the pits he goes, up past the start finish line. Through the kink. Heading towards turn 1. Not using all the circuit. Down through turn 1 into turn 2. Takes the barriers on his left. Into the hairpin he goes. Very tight line through the hairpin. Then up the back of the straight round the double apex. A little bit sideways through turn 6. Very nicely through there, but didn't use the circuit on the exit. Through turn 7. Down pit straight. Lots of revs in this Escort. Sounds beautiful. Oh, very sideways through turn 8. Up through the kink. Into turn 1 again on his second lap. A lot quicker on the second lap. Through those sequence of turns there. Around the hairpin. Again, very tightly around there and around the back double apex. A bit understeer on around there. Nicely through turn 6, but didn't use the circuit on the exit. Up through turn 7 he comes. Down pit straight now. On his second lap to complete the second lap. With a time of 58.2. Quick time there in the Ford Escort. Welcome to Raleigh Raceway for 2 laps with the driver Jim Pope in a Triumph 2500. Oh, he's off and out of the pits, up towards the start finish line here at that yellow bollard. Across the start finish line and through the kink. Down into turn 1 here. Nice sequence of bends here. Misses the apex a little bit. And again misses the apex. Keeps to the right of the barriers. Heading up the short straight up into the hairpin here. Car's sort of slowed. Well, what's happened here is missed the apex. Got this all wrong. Way out too wide. Had to slow right down. Taking it very easy now. All completely out of line. Now he's heading up the little short straight here to the turn 5. He's managed to get that double apex corner quite well. Down the back straight, hard, the poor old Triumph's revving, keeping to the left of the barriers. Into turn 6. Nicely hit the curb there. Out of turn 6, up, heading into turn 7. He's got this completely wrong. Missed the apex, down the pit straight, in through turn 8. Slightly missed the apex, and going up to complete 1 lap. Up through the kink again, into turn 2 again. He's going a lot quicker this time. Got the line quite nicely through there, kept to the right of those barriers. Heading up this short straight to the hairpin, see if he can get this right this time. Looks like he's gone back to second gear. Oh yes, yeah, he's done a far better effort this time, lot quicker through here. Hitting the apexes, up the little short straight towards this back double apex sort of hairpin bend. Slightly missed the apex there, but only by a little bit. Hard down the back straight now, keeping to the left of the barriers. Turning a bit right here, a little flick to, and well and truly clipped the curve there on the exit. Heading up the hill, and through turn 7 there. Oh, he's got that quarter completely wrong again. Coming down pit straight now and through turn 8. Up. Oh, he missed the apex again. Up to the start finish line to complete the laps. Well, not a bad effort there. Missed the apex on a few occasions. 1 minute 3.75 is his best time on the slowdown there.